This video provides details about the California VW Mitigation Trust Funding Program for zero-emission freight and marine equipment. Specifically, it walks through a few examples of potentially fundable projects. The first example imagines a forklift scrap and replace project component with the following characteristics: private ownership, an estimated vehicle cost of $200,000, supporting infrastructure costs of an additional $50,000, and a total project cost of $250,000. Under this solicitation, the potential reimbursable costs are based on the equipment ownership. Because the owner is private, the grant will pay for up to 75% of eligible costs under the program. So that could be up to 75% of $200,000 or up to 75% of $50,000. Therefore, the sum of the eligible costs is $187,500. Project funding is based on the lower of the total eligible costs, again, $187,500, and the maximum potential award for the equipment category. In this example, that means that the project is eligible for up to $175,000 or the maximum award. Here's a second example, a tugboat repower project. In this case, we've imagined a public owner who wants to repower both the two main engines and the auxiliary engine used for onboard power. The applicant has a price quote of $2,250,000 for replacement of the two main engines that are Tier 2 diesel. The applicant also has a price quote for replacement of the Tier 3 auxiliary engine of $500,000. Thus, the total replacement costs are $2,750,000. The potential reimbursable costs are based on the equipment ownership. In this example, as a public owner. That means that the applicant is eligible for up to 100% of eligible project costs for reimbursement. Since this solicitation only funds Tier 2 or earlier marine vessel repower projects, the auxiliary engine is not eligible for funding. Therefore, funding can be awarded for replacement of only Tier 2 or older engines. That means that the sum of eligible costs are only $2,250,000. So if this equipment meets or exceeds the cost effectiveness threshold of $280,000 per ton, it would be eligible for an award that's based on its maximum reimbursable costs of $2,250,000. Our third example is airport ground support equipment. Consider this, a project to deploy a new zero-emission pushback truck that costs $160,000. The funding for ground support equipment is based on the incremental cost between zero-emission equipment and its equivalent conventional internal combustion engine-based equipment. In this case, the difference is $30,000. This difference will be the potential award. Applicants are eligible for 100% of the incremental cost, whether the owner is public or private. So if the equipment is capable of reducing NOx for $280,000 ton or less, then it would be eligible for the maximum potential award of $30,000. Applications can combine project components up to the maximum potential per applicant award of $10 million. Here's an example of an application for 3 forklifts and 2 yard trucks. The potential award is the sum of the individual awards for the 3 forklifts and the 2 pieces of cargo handling equipment. For more information, we encourage you to look at the additional resources on the California VW Trust website. If you would like to reach out to someone from this grant program, please send us an email, or if you prefer, you can also call via phone.